In this video, you're going to learn how to make an extra $250,000 or more for yourself in 2025 if you're in real estate by doing one thing. And that one thing is called reverse wholesaling. And it's a concept I talk about a lot in our community, but today I'm bringing it to you completely for free. And it's going to be a massive change to your business. So if you're an agent, investor, a developer, a wholesaler, you need to watch this video top to bottom, beginning to end, so you understand reverse wholesaling and how to put 3, 4, 5, 10 plus more deals on your plate in 2025 and the type of deals that can be massive profits. I'm talking about our $175,000 deal we did, our $105,000 time of fee deal that we did. Those kind of deals are there for the taking if you focus on doing reverse wholesale deals. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to share my screen for most of this video. I think it's important. I'm a visual learner. If you're watching my channel and you subscribe to me here on YouTube, you probably realize that. And if you're not, you should subscribe if you're watching right now. But either way, the first thing we have to realize is there's a big problem where there's this big bucket of pretty simple, I call it the pretty simple deal bucket. And the pretty simple deal bucket are deals that are pretty standard that everyone transacts. So you have your basic single family houses, your basic repair needs, your basic area in the market, your basic rehab costs, you're easy to comp, right? You have your like standard real estate deals, which everyone competes for. Very difficult, very challenging. And to get those deals, because everyone's calling, everyone's texting them, everyone's sending them postcards, everyone's competing. And you can do well with that. You can make a lot of money still doing that. There's ways to be better than your competition, but that's the pretty simple deal bucket that we're all competing for most days, day in and day out. And if you're watching this video, you're competing in this bucket most likely. That includes agents and developers and flippers and wholesalers. Then down here, we have another bucket, which is our kind of difficult deal bucket. And in the kind of difficult deal bucket, you have your maybe something zone commercial. So commercial zone property. You might have something in an ECA area, which is an environmental area. So you might have environmental issues. You might have wells on the property. You might have, in Washington, there's oil tanks you can find on properties. You might have a red tagged property. You might have a fire damaged property. You might have a hazard zone property, right? These are where less people play, harder to transact, take more time, difficult parts, more difficult deals to deal with. So pretty much everyone transacts in this bucket up here. Everyone's doing these type of deals. Some people are doing these type of deals that are a little more funky, a little more risky, right? You can also have your high price points. So not a lot of people are flipping $3 to $5 million homes. You can have development deals, so big land plays that are a little harder to underwrite, a little harder to put together. And then down here, we have what I call our difficult deal bucket. In our difficult deal bucket, this is stuff that most people can't touch, hard to underwrite, been sitting for a while, etc. And the way you're going to make a ton more money in 2025, yes, you're going to continue to do these deals. But what I found is pretty much per about 10 simple deals that you do on the simple deal bucket. So I'll put the 10 right there. Typically speaking, you will have 2 to 3 kind of difficult deals that you can also do, and one difficult deal that you can also do. The problem is most people aren't touching these two. So you're giving up 30 to 40% of your deal volume because you don't want to touch these two things. And I understand they're hard to underwrite. They're hard to deal with. They're hard to get numbers on. They're sometimes more difficult sellers. They're scarier if you're putting earnest money down. I understand, right? The development deals, the big land development plays, the fire damage houses, the stuff that's harder to underwrite, no matter if you're a flipper, developer, wholesaler, agent, are harder to put deals together on. And that's where we really, this is not a new concept, but it's something I really have enjoyed talking about recently. That's where this concept of reverse wholesaling is so big to me, right? It's why I've been talking and screaming about it from the rooftops if you follow me on Instagram or any other platform. Reverse wholesaling, that's the solution to the yellow and red bucket. Well, why? Well, the first part of reverse wholesaling that you have to have is you have to have 10 plus VIP buyers in your market to do this the right way. And a VIP plus buyer is someone you trust enough to babysit your kids. I'll put it that way. Someone you have enough of a relationship with. You've done deals together. You've built rapport. You know who they are. You know where they live. Maybe a little friendship's going. Someone you trust. That's what a VIP plus buyer is. You've done deals. You trust them. They're easy to work with. You know they're not going to backstab you. You need these buyers if you want to be doing deals in this yellow and red bucket, which is how you're going to make your extra money in 2025. If you have them, if you have your VIP plus buyers, what you want to do is you want to pre-sell deals. And what does that mean? Well, the thing about a pre-sale deal, it's not under contract yet. It's not under contract yet, which means you can't blast this out on the MLS or to your email list. You can't do that yet. It's not under contract. You don't have the right to market that agreement. But so you pre-selling deals, it's not under contract yet, and it requires a lot of transparency. But what a pre-sale deal is is you run into a fire damaged house, and this fire damaged house is falling apart. You don't know what to pay for it, completely almost burnt to the studs, and no one's touching it. And now what you can do, because you have these amazing VIP plus buyers, is you can say, hey Bob, hey Steve, hey Rich, go out to the property, give me a firm number. And what you tell the seller is, hey, Mr. Seller, I know a lot of people have thrown you random numbers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send one of my partners out, one of my buyers out. You don't want to lie to sellers. I'm going to send one of my partner buyers out. And what they are going to do, they're going to walk the property. They're going to give a firm number on what we can pay for this home. When I get that firm number, there's not going to be any inspection contingencies in that agreement. I'm going to release earnest money to you within 48 hours, and we're going to close on your timeline, no questions asked. And so you're getting these deals done by creating absolute confidence and transparency for the seller. And hey, I'm not just going to make you an offer with an inspection contingency and try to wholesale this deal. I'm going to instead pre-sell this deal to one of my trusted VIP buyers. They're now going to go out for you, and you trust them. They're transparent. You know they're going to close if they give you a number. That's the most important part of this. You have to know they're going to close if you give them a number, if they give you a number. And they're going to give you a number on that house. And now you're going to take that to negotiate. And so if you're a wholesaler and they say, hey, I'll pay $300,000 for this house, great. Now you can go and negotiate at $270,000 with the seller and make a $30,000 fee, knowing they're absolutely going to close. You have to have that trust and faith. They're 100% of the time going to close. Otherwise, it doesn't work and you can lose money. This is how we crushed our competition, right? Is by doing these kind of deals, the funky deals. Because for every 10 normal deals we do, you're missing out on 2 to 5 weird deals because you don't want to touch them, because they're hard to underwrite, because you don't play in that box. But if you can pre-sell and reverse wholesale those deals, you can capture that revenue and you can double your business in 2025 and make a lot more money. Like in the title of the video, you can make an extra $250,000. So that is what the pre-sell is. Okay. The goal is that when you run into a funky house, when you run into a fire damaged house, when you run into a environmental house that has environmental issues or a red tag property, you can reverse wholesale that deal. Get a number on, negotiate with absolute confidence with your seller, and give them a number they can't say no to in terms that they can't say no to. You guys, this is the way to make an extra $250,000 next year. If you're an agent, if you're a developer, if you're a flipper. If you're a flipper, what does this look like? Well, if you're a flipper, you're running into a lot of funky deals. And if you're running into a lot of funky deals, you can make an extra 20, 30, 40 grand a month on one wholesale per month. All right. So that's the power of this, you guys. And we built a community around this kind of stuff. We have a couple hundred investors, real estate entrepreneurs in a community that's $27 a month that's focused on solving problems like this and growing their off-to-market direct-to-seller business. So that is down below, you guys. You can also listen to more content like this on my podcast, the Easy Button Investor Podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, wherever, that's on there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel here for more stuff like this. If you guys are doing deals, trust me, take this into 2025 and you will do more real estate transactions and you will make more money.